So it's interesting. If you don't want to name or label yourself, then where do you belong? Right? And you have to find your own place, as we're endeavoring to do. And as Stark, if it's okay to share an experience that I had years ago when I was living in Trinidad, of not having a specific label, and as a result of that, someone sort of confronting me. So this was just a mundane situation where I went to a hardware store when I was living in Trinidad, and it's just this particular one, small shop, and I was the only customer there. And I don't know what I asked for, I can't remember, but the guy went into the back to look for it. And this woman came into the store, and as soon as she saw me, her whole expression was like she was stunned and shocked. And her immediate response to me was, "What are you?" She just blurted out, "What are you?" So this sort of smile just appeared on not just my face, but my whole demeanor. And the words that came out of my mouth were, "I'm nothing." And she said, "What do you mean you're nothing? Are you one of those, are you Buddhist?" And I said, "No, I'm not Buddhist." And she said, "Are you one of those Hare Krishna?" I said, "No, I'm not Hare Krishna." And she said, "So then what are you?" And she was getting more irate and agitated, and I was just standing in my presence, in my energetic presence. And I said, and again, I wasn't thinking what to say. The words were just coming out of my mouth. And I just said, "I'm nothing." And when I said those words, it felt so accurate. And it felt as though, and not "I'm nothing" as to diminish myself into something small and nothingness, but I'm no one of those labels that you want to attach to me, But the woman, she became more sort of unruffled. And I realized after that interaction, because what can I say, beyond "I am nothing," because that felt to be my truth, right? And I realized that this is what we do in our society. We want to tag everybody. We want to have a label or a pigeonhole that we can fit everyone into, because then when I put you into this certain pigeonhole, I know how to relate to you. But if you don't belong in any of these spaces that are familiar to me, I don't know how to relate to you. Well, then how about just as a human being? I was just fascinated by that experience, and the ease with which the response came and how accurate it felt. So it's pretty fascinating. We're funny creatures.
Wow, what a story. What a story. And I yeah, look, gosh, I'm just lost for words, because I hear you, and I receive your message and who you are in fullness. And I think this is what happens, is that when you connect like so, the conversation feels very true. As you said, things come out and they just feel like absolute solid truth. And after a while, this exchange naturally stops, because we just kind of, maybe sync would be the word. Mm-hmm. It's like we only need a few of these words, and then we sync, and then we're together. Mm. And then we're just being together.
Right. Yeah.
And that's how I experienced this kind of what just happened after you shared your story. I was like, I've just absorbed it, and I synced up, and then I was just being with you. It's that wavelength. Mm-hmm. It's when we can share this energetic presence together.